2 years ago, Oppo launched an amazing wireless neckband, the Oppo Enco M31. It's not the best all-rounder wireless neckband under 2K like this OnePlus Bullet wireless, mainly because of one factor, I guess the battery life. Like Oppo Enco M31 just gives you 8 hours, whereas OnePlus gives you around 20 hours battery backup. And in terms of other specs, it's somewhat equal to OnePlus wireless neckband, but what makes this earphone stand out, well, is the sound quality. Like, you go to YouTube and search for this earphone and you will see that literally almost every YouTuber was saying that if sound quality is your top priority, then this is the best sounding neckband under 2K or even under 5K. But anyway, the saddest part is that Oppo has discontinued this model and launched its successor, which actually is a great all-rounder earphone and might be a great option to consider for most of the people, but not that great compared to the old Oppo Enco M31, especially in terms of sound and comfort. Why I'm saying this? Well, I have tested both of the earphones, and yes, I like the sound signature of the old Oppo Enco M31 than the new M32. Anyway, this is not a comparison video of these earphones. Today I'm going to give you a long-term review, say around 2 years long-term review of my Oppo Enco M31. Let's see how good or maybe how bad this earphone is. Anyway, let's get started. Anyway, before actually talking about sound and comfort, first I need to talk about build quality because this earphone just lasted for 1.5 years, which actually sucks. I will also mention what mistake that I did and you don't want to do it. So when I bought this earphone, I was actually really impressed with the build quality because for the price under 2K, it does look premium and also it feels premium. Like buttons, this neck area feels soft, and even the earphone housing, the build seems really solid. But you see this joint? Well, it's not as robust, and mistake that I did is that I removed the earphone carelessly. Well, the right earpiece, I just removed it normally like this, but whenever I removed the left earpiece, well, I did it like this, forcefully pulling it out. And I think due to that, the left wiring started tearing off, and one day the left earpiece stopped working. Now I don't know whether either earphone can withstand it for long run, but definitely this Oppo Enco M31 will not. So just be careful about that. Remove your earphone properly, not by forcefully, because you don't want to damage these earphones. Next, let's talk about the main feature, or why I again bought the same earphone. Well, sound quality. I'm not an audio expert nor an audiophile, but yes, I have tested few neckbands under 2 to 3K, like OnePlus neckband, both popular boat rockers, Oppo Enco M32, and few others, even the noise cancelling Realme neckband. Well, these are some actually good earphones with some great ratings and reviews, but the Oppo Enco M31 was ahead of all of these in terms of overall crispness, or let's say clarity of the music. In short, M31 sound cleaner compared to other neckband in this price range. Now it also has high-res and LDAC codec support, but wait, what is an LDAC? Well, it's a Bluetooth codec which allows streaming high-resolution audio over Bluetooth at up to 990 kb per second. Well, if you don't know how big this number is, well, the highest resolution that Spotify can stream is up to 320 kb per second. Anyway, adding LDAC support doesn't mean that you can use this LDAC feature. Like, you also need LDAC supported audio file. Here, as I mentioned, even in Spotify, the maximum quality is up to 332 kb per second, whereas the LDAC can transfer files up to 990 kb per second. So most of you won't be able to enjoy the LDAC feature. But adding just an LDAC support doesn't mean that your earphone will sound extremely good. There are some other factors like how good the sound tuning is or sound staging, etc. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that the vocal won't get muffled up when the bass comes. The instrument separation is amazing. You can hear or differentiate every instrument playing in your head. This is something that I really wanted in my earphone, and Oppo has done a great job. You can hear the finest instrument very well, and I just love how this thing sounds. So in short, a great sounding earphone even under 5K. Sound quality and comfort is the two best things this earphone nails for the price. And let's see how comfortable is this earphone to wear. Well, to answer me how comfortable this earphone is, there are 3 factors to consider, or at least 2 factors. One, the weight of the earphone. Second, the size and how soft is this housing. Now, most of the neckband that I have tested under 2K range almost weighs around 30 grams, and yes, the Oppo M31 is slightly lighter. It weighs just around 22 grams, but in real use, I guess your shoulder won't feel the difference. But you put a 30-gram earphone or this one, but you can feel the difference in the earpiece housing of the earphone. Well, what I'm trying to say is that some earphone has housing which bulges outside like the OnePlus, Realme Neckband, boat rockers, and other earphone has smaller housing like this one. And yes, Oppo Enco M31 smaller housing is better fit and more comfortable in my ears. Anyway, due to the lightweight and the smaller footprint earbud, it does feel more comfortable than other earphones that I've tested like this OnePlus Neckband, boat rockers, and even this Oppo Enco M32. Now let's move to call and microphone. Now in terms of call and microphone quality, I think it did a great job. So this is how it actually sounds. Anyway, let me know in the comment section how this actually sounds, good, bad, etc. Anyway, it also has an AI uplink noise cancellation tech, which helps you to reduce the background noise. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to turn on my fans. So this is how it sounds after turning on my fan. Let me know in the comment section how this sounds, good, bad, etc. Does this AI noise cancellation text works or not? Let me know in the comment section down below. Anyway, good for calls. The call and microphone quality is decent. But if you are just looking for a neckband for calling purpose and Zoom calls and you're going to use this for an entire day, then I think there are better options like OnePlus or even the Oppo Enco M32 because they have better battery life than this M31. Also, the microphone quality of these earphones are also good. Now this is one area where I think Oppo should have done better. Well, it's not the best in terms of battery life, but still, Oppo claims it gives 12 hours and 8 hours with LDAC, and this will not come close to other earphone like OnePlus Neckband or even the newly launched Oppo Enco M32. These in paper it gives you around 28 hours, but I guess it at least gives you around 20 to 25 hours in real usage. Now in my usage, I have to regularly charge this after each couple of days. It does has a fast charging support, like charge for 10 minutes and you will get up to 3 hours of playback, but still doesn't come close to other neckband. Anyway, if you're someone who cares about battery life, like if you are regularly traveling for long distance or you just use your earphone for calls and meeting the entire day, then there are better alternatives than this M31. Now let's move to pairing process and other functionalities. Pairing process is quite simple. Detach the earphone and it will automatically connect to the last paired device. Now, if you're pairing this for the first time or if you want to connect to a new device, just press and hold this button for a few seconds and it will say
Bluetooth pairing
and it will go to Bluetooth pairing mode. Now you can just pair the device. Here you can also switch between previously and recently connected device by press and holding both volume buttons for a few seconds. Few other neckband has a dedicated button for this process, but here you have to press both volume up and volume down to switch between two devices. Now music stops or pauses when you attach it. Just like other neckbands, it also has auto pairing feature. So just remove these and it will start pairing and will connect to the last paired device. Also, you can double click on this button.
Bass mode, balance mode,
And this will switch the mode between standard and bass mode and vice versa. Here in bass mode, what it does is that it increases the bass little bit, but I like to keep it in standard mode. Now let's talk about the thing that I didn't like about this earphone. Well, the first thing that bothers me is the build quality, especially near this joint. Don't get me wrong, the overall build quality is great, but near this joint, it's not as robust as other neckbands. Well, I might sound harsh, but as I said, my earphone got damaged in just 1.5 to 2 years of usage. Now, the last thing that I didn't like is the battery life. Well, as I said, 6 to 7 hours of battery life is more than enough for me, but when we compare this to other earphone in the same price range, well, they all give better battery life, and around 20 hours like the OnePlus Neckband or even the Oppo Enco M32, etc. So this is a great earphone, especially for people who loves to listen to music. They won't regret buying this one. The best sound quality plus the best comfort makes this a great option to consider under 2K or even under 5K for listening to music, watching movies, etc. So overall, a great earphone, and if you need a wireless neckband that sounds premium but in a budget, well, this is a great option to consider. You will love it. But there is a catch. Well, it's quite difficult to get one of these in hands because Oppo has already launched the successor, which is Oppo Enco M32. This earphone is already out of stock in Amazon and Flipkart. Now, as said, I bought the same earphone twice. First time I bought this from Amazon, and the second time I bought this earphone from official Oppo store because it was already out of stock. Anyway, I'll try to put the link in the description of this device, and if you're lucky enough, this might be still available. Anyway, if you like this review, please like, subscribe, and also hit the bell icon so that you get notified when I post a new video. So this is Vignesh signing off, and I'll catch you guys in my next one. Bye.